It began not with a brushstroke, nor with a whisper, but with a question. What if a story could hear you back? Mia was no longer the girl who once wandered into color kingdoms and climbed mountains of truth. She was now something different. Not older, but fuller. Not quieter, but deeper. She lived as one who had walked between pages and returned not just with tales, but with the space to listen. One late afternoon, while walking through the village, she noticed a boy sitting alone by the old well. His eyes stared at the ground, his fingers fiddling with a broken twig. He didn't speak as she approached. He didn't look up. Mia sat beside him without a word. After a while he whispered, "I lost something." "What was it?" she asked gently. "My voice," he said. She nodded, not as someone who pitied, but as someone who understood. "Then maybe," she said, "you can borrow one of my stories until you find it again." She opened her satchel and pulled out a book, not one of her old stories but a new one, blank but alive. She handed it to him. "But I can't read," he said. "You don't have to," Mia replied. "Just hold it. Let it listen to you." He blinked, uncertain, but he took it. That night, the boy held the book as he fell asleep beneath a tree. And in the morning, when Mia returned, the pages had changed. They held shapes, colors, feelings, not words, but story nonetheless. Because some stories are told not by telling, but by being. The book stayed with the boy. It grew with him. Each time he opened it, the pages responded, not with answers but with mirrors, with doorways, with echoes of things he had not yet dared to speak. Years passed. The boy became a storyteller too, but in his own way. He never wrote with ink. He carved in wood, whistled in wind, danced on riverbanks. But always he carried that book, his story that listened. And Mia. She continued walking. Not as the center of tales, but as their soil, their shadow, their stillness. Wherever she went, she left behind empty books. Not to be filled, but to be heard. And in quiet places, where a child sat alone, or a mother wept, or a stranger paused, those books listened. They did not speak, but they understood. Because not all stories need to be told. Some just need to stay. And so Mia's final journey was not one of movement, but of presence. She became the story that didn't end. She became the pause that said everything. She became the story that listened.